and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, agenda is work session, chaired by Sharon Pierre. ECG contract, sandpaper, open discussion, liaison with courts, adjournment. I believe there is an adjustment to this since this was printed earlier.
Yes. There'll be a motion to go into closed session just before adjournment.
All right. Any changes other than that? All is well. Sharon?
Okay, I think everyone's been to these meetings before, so I have to go through your explanation. Okay. So the first thing is the BCG, Billy Casper Golf contract update. Tom?
I'm actually going to turn to my left for that. Where that branch sits at this.
Okay, I've been talking with Casper T. The draft contract is they're more senior level right now. Some changes and alterations. We should have that back. I was hoping to have it before the meeting today. The whole time we're trying to get it today, but I made some additional adjustments yesterday too. Once I have that back, I'll have it here in 4 boxes. If I get it back tonight, I'll have it in boxes for some, morning, afternoon, whenever I get it, for you guys to start to look at questions, concerns.
So we should have the draft of that no later than.
Right.
That's right.
But I'm hoping to have that if I get it tonight.
It does expire.
End of the month.
So this is just a rough draft. This is not a final draft.
Board gets to make that determination.
So to them, it's a final draft.
No, our board makes that decision.
Okay.
It's their offer.
We've never seen it.
Want to look at it that way?
Correct.
We haven't seen it yet. If we get it, it will be their offer to us for us to accept or make or change. And I'll leave it for you.
Do we need to schedule a meeting to discuss this? We only have a very short time here. We have a holiday coming up.
Easter.
Well, they don't Easter.
Not necessarily.
Go to Mass and come right
Next
out.
Wednesday, since we've been consistent with Wednesdays, next Wednesday is the 16th. The environmental meeting's on Tuesday. Is there any conflict of anybody?
Well, the search committee public session starts next Tuesday night, so we'll have to get that after.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
she said
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm talking about Wednesday. Because Tuesday's their environmental meeting too, so
Wednesdays.
could everyone make a Wednesday meeting?
What date is that?
The 16th of April? And then afterwards, I'm going to be guest bartender in Berlin. We could all go there afterwards. I got to be done by 6.
Where are you going to be guest bartender?
It's Sisters Restaurant, is that Sisters Bar? It's for Kiwanis, I think. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I just hope it's just for beer and wine. I could handle that.
What time are you thinking?
I'm thinking
16.
4 or 3, maybe 3. 3? Okay.
Three would work for me. I got something going in the morning. Should be done by
3 o'clock.
around 1 or 2,
As far as you know, Mark,
I guess.
I got it.
as far as you know. Well, to shoot for Wednesday at 3 o'clock, hopefully that.
Would you let us know today
That-
when you get home?
Does everybody know that the 15th of April was my birthday? Does
Tax day is your birthday.
That's my birthday. Does everybody know that?
How appropriate.
So you're going to bring cake and ice cream to me.
Well, I mean, whatever you feel is appropriate. It's okay with
you
me.
should not have
Oh,
said that.
man.
I'll take my chances. I'll take my chances.
What's his?
Wednesday,
what's that mean?
16th,
16.
3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
It'll be a
Casper
session on the
contract.
Casper golf contract, so I guess that would be closed session.
All right.
Would that be here?
Okay.
Okay,
All right, anything else on that? Anybody in the group here? Okay, Sandpiper contract update, please, Tom.
that is in the hands of their Sandpiper lawyers. They've had it for about 10 days. They're reviewing it. We are going to have to do an extension, everything moving. But that's not a big deal. I mean, it just allows them to keep using whatever they're using. So, but they do have it in their hands. It's basically a team of Marty, Jeff, myself, Bob, put together what was our version. It isn't the board's version, it's our version. What we would want from them, they need to feed back to us where they are. Our objective, obviously, is to get a final offer from them so the board can review it, make changes to it, approve it, or not reject.
How, when our contract is over the end of
Yeah.
April?
Now,
May
we need to extend it right now.
Extend.
We need to extend it in order to keep things going.
They're
You mean-
emailing me.
They're emailing you.
Well, how does Sandpiper feel about that?
The extension? Or
Yeah, the extension, yeah.
They're
my
fine.
understanding, they're fine
They're
with that, so
fine
they're
with
just waiting for,
They're final. So unless
So
there's
this will be a vote via email once we get jail signed.
well, if I could interject,
yeah,
and you guys do what you want, but talking with Rob Taylor from Smethurst, they're just his recommend. He's our attorney, but he's recommending just do a 60-day extension. That's what he said. So I mean, you'll wait and do that. Or not.
Why extend that?
they've got it in their hands and they haven't finished reviewing it for their proposal of extension. You still have it. Don't have it back.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm going to get the dates or get the information to say here's the view, but just do it now. Sign it soon. As long as it doesn't exceed 60 days.
I don't see anything we formally vote on anything here, but this contractual, I see the reason why you can't just authorize a signed extension.
Or want to do a vote closed session? Because that would kind of make,
Well,
How are you gonna get into closed session? Can't make a motion.
well, we've already added to the agenda.
All right.
Every
Yeah.
single one of these meetings has at least one motion. Motion
close.
to adjourn.
Yep, you're right.
So
Good for you.
we can make a motion to go.
What do you prefer, Tom? Do you prefer to do a closed session to do the vote? Okay.
We changed the agenda.
So do you have a date? June,
60 day. Just do a 60 day.
So June
extension
30th.
from the last one. I
When
don't
was
have
it
it.
30? When was it?
I think it's the 1st of June, if I'm not mistaken. No, the current one expires this week.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
thought.
so what we would do is extend it for 60 days to whatever that extension, I didn't get it back yet. Whatever that date is, if you guys authorize it, just be done.
Consensus.
is everyone fine with that?
Everybody's okay with that? I'm just.
Yes.
Everybody's in.
Yes.
Fair enough.
As soon as I
Okay.
get it, you'll have.
Okay. Any comments from the, we worked through, just a little editorial here from us. Our team, Jeff, Marty, myself, and Bob, worked through very hard, putting some language into this contract so that we're protected at the end of the contract with, as I have phrased it, we're trying very hard to avoid MediaCom language that basically left us out there without a lot of protection. I'm very comfortable. I think the rest of the team is what we put forward. But again, to make clear, this is our sub-team. They've got to come back to us with their offer, and then the whole board has to quit at that point to determine whether they're okay with it or not. I always try to work where the other guy has to bring this board final words that they're going to say yes to, and then we can adjust it and change it. Just back and forth at that level. Okay.
We have an agreement on that. Now we have open discussion. Anybody, anything they want to discuss? Well, let's go around the board first. Anybody around the board? Joe?
Yeah, with regard to the MediaCom contract, you mentioned something to that effect the other night, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought to myself, on the surface, that kind of sounds good. We're not going to do another MediaCom contract. But let me ask you a question. What would you do if that media contract expired tomorrow? This board, what could you do?
At the end of that, as you well know, Joe, read the contract. It says at the end of the contract, it automatically renews this will buy their asset.
Big right.
That's what it said.
But let's say it didn't say that. Let's say it ended
Well,
tomorrow.
that isn't what it said.
You missed my point.
Oh,
We're
I'm
saying
sorry.
we'll
Yeah,
never
yeah,
sign a
sorry.
contract like that you said. But suppose it didn't say what it said. What will we do? I mean, where are we going to get people on TV in this place?
Sure.
So if the contract expired tomorrow, no allegations, then we could walk away, they could walk away. Why would we be in any different position today if it expired tomorrow or if we have the same contract we have now? What's the difference?
I just answered it. Language. Let me rephrase your question so that it's more. If MediaCom went out of business tomorrow, what would? That would be an interesting situation. But I'm not sure. And they're not going out of business. But if they did, it is what it is.
Why couldn't Comcast come in and
They could.
use their
ABC
cable?
Light hardware.
They could.
Huh?
Anybody
They could,
can use
anybody.
that phone line.
Right, and or
Right.
my friend down here has satellite,
Yep.
but she's cutting edge. You know what I mean? So
Just don't know how to.
right.
Well, satellite can't be used to. But, I mean,
Well, yeah,
there's
'cause of
nothing-
trees,
There's
yeah.
nothing to
Yeah,
prevent
fine.
any company, Comcast or anybody, coming to buy and media.
So,
I mean, my only point is that we would be in no different shape today, regardless of what the contract says. Our rates for, even if we didn't have a contract, but one thing we're getting out of this contract, we don't get out of any other ones. Similar is money, MONEY. And we're only collecting half what we could collect. We're getting over, what do we get, about $100 and some thousand a year, $105,000. So we could get $250. Because we bet the money we get is being paid by association.
Correct.
No,
I don't like backward.
but it's still money. Sure. But at any rate, I don't know if we'd be any different. Contract, no contract.
Discussion? Nope. Anybody else? Any liaison reports?
I do. And actually, I sent Michelle this email and asked her to copy this attachment, and it's the wrong attachment. So, being so proactive. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm going to, Park and Recs is going to do a committee report, talk about what they've been doing, and share with you again the playground, and also Trey's done bicycle. He is almost finished his work. Very close to finishing, and has donated multitudes of hours to doing this bike riding trail. So I've already asked her to complete it. For all of his hard work, he's got volunteer. He has kids volunteer to help, so they learn how to do those. He's just done such a good job. So really, I can't. I was going to give you the. I'll get the right one. Put it in the box. Playground report.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have one.
I'm
Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah. Oh, you have a question?
No, I was going, my committee,
Yes, sir.
everybody knows our communications, First you don't succeed, try again.
Send the email.
You sure you got the vote?
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
Yeah, well, no,
I mean,
they
you,
have
know,
it
you
for
got
us.
my phone number, right?
I'm not.
I mean, lunch
I'll
is lunch.
find out when. Oh.
Okay, my
Anybody else?
Right out of
Okay.
Washington D.C.
My
Yeah.
report has to do with the commissioners, and there is a project that's going to be beginning here in Ocean Pines. Let me read the first couple sentences. Review and approval of bids, and I'm going to give this to you, Bob. Review and approval of bids documented, including the notice to bidders, specification bidders list for replacing approximately 250 water service lines in the Ocean Pines service area. Total cost of this construction project is estimated to be $250,000. Funding for the project is included in the recently completed bonding issue. It is requested that the commissioners authorize. They did. The work is to be completed 180 days after the notice to proceed from the successful bidder. Bids will be let on April the 28th. So I'm assuming it's a May project, June project, but there's no date in this thing. And attached to this is a list of Ocean Parkway addresses that are,
They're the ones getting.
I don't know, impacted or what have you.
They're replacing the old pipes.
Yeah.
And they're down the Parkway. We coordinate our effort with. We've asked them to do some things. It's all Parkway. And it's
All
gonna
the
be a
Parkway, that's right.
nightmare
It's just
timing.
about every.
Summer?
Well, hold on. It's just about every address on Ocean Parkway. So I asked Judy Boggs and Mr. Bunning if they would be interested in addressing the board, which they have an open invitation to address this board at any time. They said sure. And then I got a email from Kelly Shanahan. You know who he is? You know, he's the chief administrative officer, assistant chief administrative officer. He is offering John Ross, deputy director of public works. He gives us a telephone number. Want to contact him? You have any questions? I guess he would be willing to address the board. And Judy Boggs gave me a list of members of the county. This is an advisory committee advising commissioners on water and sewer needs of the service area, and these are people in Ocean Pines. So I'd be glad to pass this along. I think it would be a good idea to invite some people to our next regular scheduled meeting to get this up to speed and let everybody know in the community what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, we got a new yacht club. We got a struggling new golf course. We've got all of this going on, and they're going to tear up our streets for 5 years.
Isn't that
It doesn't make one bit of sense.
awful?
I mean, why did they start this in October?
I think you ought to call Kelly Shanahan and get
No,
that
I think
straightened
we
out.
as a board ought to do something.
Well, let's clarify something. There's nothing in these documents that tells us when, right?
No.
No, there's an
No,
assumption.
the bids, the deadline on the bids are the 28th April, and they will be let. And then there will be a proceed date issued by the county. And the work has to be completed 180 days after that proceed date.
So it's 5 months, right dead in the middle of our season.
Sounds right to me.
Why don't we see if we can find out when they're planning to start?
That's why I suggested we contact these people and have them address the board, because I figured this was going to be a big deal issue when you dig up a street, right? So why don't what
These streets.
the street, the main street?
There's no way you get anywhere in Ocean Pines. It's your Parkway.
Is this water?
No, it's just water. It says water. It says water on it. And it's like 35, 40 45-year infrastructure.
Well, my thought was maybe they're doing their own advanced planning, and maybe they're not planning to start this until September, even though they're doing contract work in April. Before we get
It's
torqued,
possible.
we ought to call somebody and ask them.
So
when they
is
plan
their
on starting.
contract? I think their budget is probably next year's budget. When is their budget coming?
July 1st.
July 1st, is it?
See, if it's July 1st, maybe one could talk them into sliding a few months. I don't know. It just seems to me to be helpful.
Let's find out.
All right,
I don't think it's a county budget. It's a sanitary district. It's different.
Could be.
Just as a side, we're well aware of it. Eddie's been working with his counterpart at the county, trying to figure out the best time, at the end of each night, what condition the road should be left in. He and I have been talking about it, so I just don't have the dates, but I'm aware of the project. Eddie made me aware of it as soon as he heard about it, because he got called from his counterpart at the county, and they're trying to work out terms of the best time, as well as the road condition. Like once they make cuts in the road, what will be the condition of the road overnight?
Mhm.
Those type of things. And they're he's working with them directly on that. Now, we can have the county come in and talk to us, but Eddie's already working the issue. And
Well, no, it's a function of letting the folks know. That's all. The homeowners know what in heaven's name is going on.
Well, it's more than that. If those roads are all cut, what a mess they're going to be when it's all done.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah.
If it's July and August, it's just,
Well, before we get
yeah, let's find out.
Let's get the facts.
Let's
Yeah,
get
Let's
let me
get
get
the
the
facts,
together.
ma'am.
Let's
These
get the
guys,
facts.
Get
I
the
will
facts,
tell you, the
ma'am.
county to work roads. are
They're good
great
people.
to work with.
They really are.
And they're trying to work with us, i.e. through Eddie, which is the proper way to do it, to make it the least. This is going to be disruptive no matter when they do it, but we're trying to find the least disruptive time. And remember, we also have asphalt plants that you back up onto when they close. They talk about hot patches versus cold patches based on, we talked
They
about,
don't want cold.
well, but they'll do cold patch. Okay.
Initial cold patch.
Initially, they're going to put
and then
gravel.
come back with
They'll
a-
come
with a
back and
hot
do the
patch,
cold
yeah.
patch when they have X number complete. And then when it's all finalized, they'll come back and do the hot.
Do that.
That's what the plan is right now. I can tell you that. That's what we talked about. I just don't have the dates, nor do I have exactly the starting. But I will have that information. Yes,
Thank
by
you.
the
Okay. You gonna invite that guy, that deputy?
put it this way: if you all want to have him,
I don't see where it hurts.
then you,
I mean, if he'll accept, he may not accept.
the county's going to accept. They work this
Yeah, the
great.
county
So-
is a very, look, we have from what I understand, we have a pretty good working relationship. with the
Very
county.
good.
Very good. So let's find out what the dates are and work from. Thanks for, appreciate you bringing that to us, because I, go deep on
Well,
it.
there's no reason anybody would know about
Yeah,
it.
right. Okay.
Anything else, Bill?
Budget and finance, they're going to be working on the financial manuals over the next couple of meetings, but also they're doing another rewrite of FO1. They're going back to the original FO1 and just adding a line with allowed instruments type thing. So that should be done by the next meeting. They have a couple things going on there, and if they get farther down the road with any of these other discussions, then I'll bring those to you. Marty, do you want to, now if you want to talk about the April 15th, the coastal bays?
I sent that out to everybody.
Yeah, okay, all right, so everybody
If
knows
anybody
that. Yeah.
wants to remember on again, we have busloads of school kids coming in on the 15th from
Stephen
I think it's
Decatur Middle.
Middle.
Stephen Decatur,
Stephen Decatur
I
Middle.
think. I thought that's
and,
what I read.
be planting the trees from the grant. I did not bring that information with me because I mailed it out to everybody. But
Okay, just so the media knows that, that it's going on April 15th.
It's at
I sent it to
10:30,
Teresa.
Stephen Decatur Middle. Stephen Decatur Middle, at the Swim and Racket Club at 10:30.
There was no press release.
Do you know if,
When was it sent?
Yeah, it's not the 15th.
You say that partially.
Yeah.
I know I saw it today. It
no, I sent it out over 2 weeks ago.
do you know that if that's going to take the place of the meeting that afternoon, or are they still going to have that meeting?
Meeting's still on my calendar.
We're planting trees.
Steve,
Got the
swimming
swimming
rapids.
racket course. We got a grant. Public Works is needing hold.
They're providing shovels, Asher.
Okay. Anyway, you know what? I'm at a disadvantage. I sent this out to everybody by email. I sent it to be published.
Just a point of information, your end, if anybody, Eddie or whoever might be working with those people, somebody to make sure they plant the trees in a more good fashion. The last time there were a bunch of trees planted up here, took oak trees and planted them 6 feet apart. It made no sense whatsoever.
Joe, this is not my bailiwick. I'm not, I
This
can't
is the
tell you
committee.
how it's being done, who's doing. I'm
Coastal
No,
not-
Bay,
there's
Coastal
no oak
Base,
trees.
Coastal Basin managing the project.
There you go.
Our
He just
property.
answered.
I know, but hey,
Sorry to bring all that up, but
Our environmental.
good. No, you did good. You did good.
Not going into this point.
No. And Joe didn't like the free trees that we planted on Parkway. He said they're in the park, they're people.
You don't like trees, Jim?
No, I love trees. But when you plant them, when they get big, they're going to be in your line of sight for traffic, then it's not too. You got to think ahead, plant trees.
I won't follow up and ask like you, sir.
I can't get him to join the committee and be more helpful.
Okay, so anything else in regard to any other committee? Okay. Any other comments from anybody in the room? Then we have a
Thank you
motion.
for handling this in such an outstanding fashion.
You know what? You're welcome.
Back
Second.
to me.
I move that the Board of Directors into closed session for discussion of employee and personnel issues, specifically the employment contract of the general manager, as allowed by Section 11B-111 sub I of the Maryland Homeowners Association Act.
Have a second? Any discussion?
Yeah. We're not negotiating anything, but I can tell. It's just a vote.
No.
No, we're negotiating.
We're still discussing.
Okie dokie.
Any more discussion?
Will there be a vote?
I thought this.
If there'll be a vote, will the vote published?
Yeah.
Okay?
There won't be a vote tonight.
Is there? Why not?
He just asked if there was a vote going to be.
And he
I
said
answered
yes.
yes.
He
I said there
No,
could
he
be.
said yes.
He said yes.
He
I
said
said
yes.
there
Give him a
could be.
hearing.
I said there could. Get him in hearing it. All those in favor of the motion? Aye. Opposed? None. Thank you,
did say
folks.
yes.
Appreciate it.
Bob, this is the paper. Oh, I want to- that's for you.